Hey guys, Luna Love Comics here, and today I'm gonna be presenting to you my redraw. So as you can see, I'm working here with a pair of twins, or at least that's what it looks like. um, anyway, these twins are dear to my heart due to the fact that I made them when I was about 13. At first, I had created them as daughters of Alice and the Joker from Heart no Kuni no Alice, one of my favorite mangas and a really fun otome game. So it's inspired by Alice in Wonderland, as you know, but it's this world that's all kind of bloody with many rules that make no sense and all that stuff. So I employed much of the imagery for this. Although I changed my idea, instead of turning them into the Joker and Alice's daughters, I turned them into the sisters. I don't know what you call it. Honestly, the concept of the Joker here is that the Joker is one person in two different bodies, so this is the same case. As you can see here, I was managing the jester, and then I was doing the warren. So the Joker is in charge of the prison and the circus, which is really fun concept to me, honestly. I mean, I think he uses the prisoners as circus people or something. Honestly, I have no idea. So as you can see here on her hip, she has a comedy mask. Meanwhile, her sister, or her other side, is going to have a tragedy mask. The reason why I employed this is because the original Joker has also a mask on his hip. This mask helps his other side to communicate with the current side that's being used, or the one that's in the exterior. So they communicate through these masks, kind of like walkie-talkies. So when did I come up with this concept? This concept came up when I was actually creating this story about the creation of this wonderland. So these kids were experimented on, and that's why they were turned into wonderland creatures and all that stuff. Honestly, it was a really weird story. Maybe I'll read it out loud one day, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. I haven't continued it in a while, honestly, since I was 13, so yeah, I apologize a lot about that. I also employed roses in it because it's one of the most impactful imagery that you see in Alice in Wonderland besides the chessboards. So this is one of the first times using Photoshop after I was 13, 14. Honestly, my first drawings in Photoshop were terrible. So yeah, I would use really bright colors. I didn't know how to use line weight. It was, oh my god, it was ugly. So I preferred to use traditional art, which still sucked. You've seen it. Honestly, I just don't know why. So her skirt, shorts, it's like a pair of bloomers with petals on top, or at least parts of cloth that look like petals that kind of like simulate a rose. And then I made a checkered like cloth piece for her waist and switched up the masks because since the jester is more of the comedic side, I decided to put comedy on the warren to communicate with the jester, and put tragedy on the jester in order to communicate with the warren. So who inspired me of making these videos again? Well, it was actually Lavender Town. Honestly, she's a great artist. You have to check her out. I don't know her personally. I would love to, but I don't. She's a great person, honestly. She was one of my inspirations as to why I came back to these drawings again and started to use Photoshop. Actually bought it for this same reason. So I watched a lot of her tutorials and decided to implement some of her techniques, which is multiply, gradients, and all that stuff. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I made the heads a little bit too big. I don't know, I think the torsos look really weird, but who cares, right? Stylized stuff. Honestly, I would have never dreamed I would have been able to make hands this good. Or use Photoshop as a result. But yeah, here you have me, a 19-year-old doing the same thing as a 13-year-old me wanted to do. I was experimenting with the shading, and I also colored the line warped because I wanted to make it a little bit more clean, more colorful. It was fun, honestly. And here you have my signature, the golden little details, and the end result. Thank you for watching. This is Luna Love Comics.